Hey there, it's Amelia. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create, edit, and send emails in Mailchimp. And before I begin, if you find this video helpful, remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Here I am logged into Mailchimp, and I've selected all campaigns from the left. In this example, I'm creating a series of emails to send to one of my audiences, and it's in regards to a giveaway, and I'm running the giveaway for 7 days, and I want to send 7 emails, one a day for 7 days during the giveaway. So I've already set up email number 1, and by the way, it's always good to prepare the emails ahead of time and put them either in a Word document or in Notepad, and ChatGPT is a great tool to help you polish up the emails before you finalize them. So let me show you the one email that I've already created, and then I'll show you how to create the next one from scratch. This particular email is called giveaway email number 1, and because I'm going to send this series of emails to more than one audience, I wanted to put the audience in parentheses just for tracking purposes. So once you set up the email, there's a little preview on the right, and then on the left you could see that you have the option to send the email to a particular audience, and you can also use tags to omit certain contacts in your list. In the from field, you would put the name and email that you're sending from. In the subject line, you would paste in your prepared subject and your preview text. And then for send time, you have the option of sending now, which doesn't necessarily mean this second. It just means you're going to click send now, and then you'll be able to click send and it will immediately send that email. Or you can schedule it for a certain date and time. And then for content, you could see a preview here. I'm keeping it simple with a logo, text I've prepared, and a couple links. Once you prepare your email, you could send a test email, which I highly recommend. At least send yourself one test email, and if you have to make any changes, you can edit any of the features of the email. And then if you want to save it and finish it later, just click finish later. Okay, so let's pretend we're creating an email from scratch. The first thing I'm going to do is click create. And the next thing I need to do is enter in the name of the email. So I'm going to copy that from my Word document and then paste that in the field. Next, I'll click Create Email. You're going to be prompted with some choices of how you want to design your email. You can start from scratch if you want to control all the elements of the email, basic layout, which I would highly recommend if you're just starting out, or you can choose from a fully designed template. In this case, I'm going to keep it simple and I'm going to select basic layout. And then next, you can take a look at the different choices here. Again, I'm just going to keep it simple and select minimal. You could preview it and see what it's going to look like here, and exit preview, and then I'll click apply. Okay, so on the right, it has already pulled a logo that I've used in the past. I'm going to change it to a different type of logo image. So I'll click on this particular element and I want to replace that logo. So I'm going to select replace logo, and I've already uploaded, but if you need to upload, you would just click uploads and then select upload and then select your file. I'm going to select this particular image and select insert. Once it's inserted, you can change the size. I want to make it a little smaller. So for size, I'm going to select scale and move it down to about 35%. And next, you'll want to paste in the title of your email and then the body. So again, I'm going to grab that from my Word document and paste it here. Now, once it's pasted, you may want to resize that. I want to make it just a little bit smaller. And you have choices here on the left. You can also go into the HTML code. I want to change this to header 3, which will be a little bit smaller. So I'm just going to change that, and I'll go back to design. And if you would rather not use any HTML code or you're not familiar, just stick to the design tab and you can use the choices on the left and top bar. I want to put a space and press enter here, and then grab my body of my email and paste that in. Now I want the body of my email to be left justified, and you could do that before you paste it or after. I'll go ahead and paste it in, and then I'll change the alignment. Okay, I want to remove some of the excess space. I'm just going to hit backspace a couple times here, and then I want to select the body of my email and then select the ellipsis here for more options, and for alignment I'm going to select left aligned. Okay, now depending on how you paste, sometimes there may be some editing, and here's a couple areas where for some reason, even though I put a space in my Word document, I have to fix that up. So I'm just going to edit that. And then if you have any text that you need to add a hyperlink, just select the text, select the link option here, enter in your URL, click Save. And if you decide you want to edit text that you've already linked, my trick is, because if you type outside of the link, it might not be hyperlinked. So just click inside within the text, and I want to change this to click here to enter the giveaway now. And I'm going to put the word here in caps. I'm keeping it pretty short for the ending where I say follow my social media, etc. I don't want to have the actual links. I just want to link the different social media names here. So I'm going to grab each one and then link it up. And most probably you'll want to keep the box checked to open the link in a new tab. Remember to click Save on each one and remove any of the actual URLs. And this is just about finished. If you want, you can add an additional image at the bottom. Just click in that area and then add your image. I don't really need an image here, so I'm going to click there and click the trash can, remove that. And finally, I want to change this particular button to also put the link to enter the giveaway. So I'm going to change the text here. I'll grab the URL and link that up. Now with buttons, the left panel will show you the link to option, and then you can just paste the URL here on the left. Okay, and then at the bottom, if you've chosen the template that has the icons for the different social media, you can edit those as well. Since I already have them up here, I'm going to take them out from the bottom, click, and the trash can. And then at the bottom, you have options for your mailing list and other information. I can also change the logo here, and I already have the logo at the top, so I'm not going to repeat it. Click the trash can to remove that. So next I want to preview the email, so I want to click preview, and this is what the email is going to look like. Have my title, my body of my email, any links, and a button at the bottom. I want to close the preview, and I highly recommend that you click Send Test. And it may ask you if you want to take advantage of any particular optimizations that are suggested. I'm just going to skip those for now. Click Send Test, and then you have to enter in your email here and then click Send Test. Make sure you do that at least once. And if you receive the email and need to make any changes, you can just edit as necessary and then send yourself another test. Now, when you're finished the email, you do have the option to save and exit, but there's also an option in the pull down to save it as a template. And if you do so, then you could reuse that email as a template if you have any other audiences which are going to send this the same or similar email. Then you want to duplicate that and it'll come in handy. So I am going to save it as a template, and then I'm going to just call this giveaway email number 2. I already had saved number 1, and click Save. Return to campaign, save and exit. And then next you have to fill out the different fields that I had mentioned in the one that I had completed. In the To field, you want to add recipients. And in this case, I'm going to select this particular audience. And then I like to use a skip tag for any test emails or contacts that you want to omit from your email campaign. Click Save. Next, you want to select the From, Add From, and it could either be your company name or your name. In this case, I'm going to select my name and select the email that I want it to show in the From field. Okay, and then click Save. And then next, for subject, you're going to click Add Subject, and then I've already prepared my subject, which I'll paste in here, and then preview text, which shows underneath the subject line. I'll paste what I've prepared there as well. Scroll down and click Save. Okay, and next is the send time. Click Add Send Time. And again, if you select Send Now, it's not going to immediately send as soon as you select that. It just means that it's ready to send, and then once you save this, you'll click the send button on the upper right, then it will immediately send. So in my case, I'm scheduling this for a particular day in the near future and at a particular time. So with schedule selected, I'm selecting the calendar. It's going to be next Wednesday. And then once the date is selected, you have the option of sending when recipients are mostly likely to open, a little bit of information about that, send at a specific time, and so forth. Now I've researched this and I've picked a time for each day of the week, and this is a Wednesday, and I've picked 1 p.m. for the specific time. So I'm going to select 1 p.m. Eastern time, and I'm going to click save. And those are all the options on the left. And again, there's a preview here, and there's an edit if you have to go back and change it. Or if it's ready, you can click schedule. If you're not sure, you can click finish later. And now we're back to the campaign screen. Now, because I have 7 emails total, and I am going to send it to more than one audience, the other thing I could do is once I set up the 7 emails, I can create another batch of 7 emails, but select the templates so that I don't have to recreate the emails. They'll be exactly the same. The other thing you could do is if you just have a batch of emails, say you have just 2 or 3 emails that you want to send, and the next email is very similar to the previous email, you have a couple choices. Let's say I want to set up a 3rd email. This particular email, which I just set up in this dropdown, I can select replicate, which I'll select. And then when you replicate, it's going to have an exact copy. You just want to change the name. So I'm going to call this number 3 and get rid of the rest here. Click save. And now the 2 fields already selected. From field already has the information. All I have to do is change the subject line, preview text, and the body of my email, including the subject line. So a lot of it is already finished. So I'm going to select edit subject and paste that in there, and also paste the preview text that I've prepared and click save. Okay, and I also want to, each time you want to select send time, but before I do that, let me go ahead and edit the design. And then inside the email, I already have the logo, I already have my links at the bottom. All I really need to change is the subject line and the body. So I'm going to select the heading here at the top, and I'll paste in the subject line, which I've already have prepared. Next, I'm going to select the body of the email, but I'm going to leave the links at the bottom. And I could just paste this in and clean it up a little bit, remove any excess spacing, add spaces where necessary, and bold if needed. You can also italicize and use any of the other text attributes. And basically this is finished. So then all you would do from here is save and exit. And once again, click send time, fill that in. This one's going to be January 9th at 6:30 p.m. Click save, preview it, check and make sure everything is as it should be. Close, send yourself a test email, and again, schedule if you're ready to schedule it, or click finish later if you still have edits. And finally, wanted to show you if you wanted to duplicate a saved email that was saved as a template and reuse that for a different audience. I'll just show you real quick what's involved there. You would click create, and then for the internal email name, this is going to be email 1. However, it's going to be for a different audience. So I want to put that audience in there for tracking. So I remember, create email. And then for the design of the email, you can choose a selection below or start with a saved template or recently sent email. I'm going to select save template. And as you can see, I have my giveaway email number 1 template that I had saved from when I first created that, and I'm going to apply it. And that's it. This is the same exact email number 1 for my other audience. You want to look it over and make sure that everything's the way it should be. If a logo or something needs to be changed again, you want to just change that as you saw before. And that's it. And click save and exit. Fill in the fields as we've done before. You can also finish later. And now if we look on campaigns, you'll see that I have an email number 1 for this particular audience. And you'll want to make sure that if you're duplicating emails for a separate audience, that you remember to change that. And if you need to go back and edit it, you want to go back and click edit and make sure that in the to field, you change that to your other audience. And that's all it takes to create, edit, and send emails in an email campaign using Mailchimp. And if you found this video helpful, go ahead and smash the like button and remember to subscribe so you don't miss any new videos. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.